welcome. It's Obi with a cup of coffee and tea again, where I'm always giving my opinion on the various topics out there. And of course, as always, I've got with me my hot brewed cup of coffee, and the coffee that I'm sipping on is called Mirador Classic Instant Coffee. It's just right behind me. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but that's what I'll be sipping from while I get into today's gist. All right. Refreshing. Very. All right. So we're going to be continuing on our series, which I titled Heyysh, Don't Touch My Baby. And we established that children are beautiful, children are lovely and adorable. We love children, and we love them even more when they love us back. Yeah. It's raining cat and dog where I am, hence what inspired this look. You get me. All right. So, and we talked about the things that you shouldn't do to other people's children, the children that you did not bond by yourself, the things that you shouldn't do to them, and one of them being that you shouldn't hit other people's children. Do not spank other people's children. If the child is not your child, do not spank the child. So this particular topic has sparked off a whole lot of conversation, and instead of me moving on to the other things that I have already tabled out that you shouldn't do to other people's children, I've decided to, kind of express myself more on this particular one, which is that you shouldn't spank people's children. You shouldn't hit people's children. If you did not bond the child, do not hit the child. It's that simple. Don't do it. Okay, so I went on my social media, platform, which is WhatsApp, to get parents' opinion on what they think if someone was to spank or hit their child. And I got a whole lot of responses. Some said that they totally would not condone it. They don't want anybody to hit their child. And some were like, in between. They don't know if they want or they don't want. And then some were like, yeah, I don't mind somebody hitting my child, but just don't scar the child in the process. But I still maintain that is my opinion. I still maintain that you shouldn't hit other people's children, and it will do you a whole lot of good if you don't hit other people's children. You're actually protecting yourself more than you think, more than you know. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why you shouldn't hit other people's children. First of all, you do not know the medical condition of that child. You don't know if the child is ailing in some way, probably just coming out of a hospital. And because parents don't just go around talking about the medical condition or the health condition of their child, please, you might not be aware of, you could just hit the child and the child falls down. And some, adults who don't have children themselves, or haven't, raised children themselves, or had, the experience of actually taking care of a child, they don't know where to hit a child or where not to hit a child. So because of that, and because also you cannot judge the mental capacity or the mental state of every adult out there, that's why many parents would just rather, please, if the child has done something really terrible that requires spanking, they would, expect that you inform them so that they give you the permission to go ahead to spank the child, or, just let them know so that they do the spanking themselves. They don't appreciate it when you hit their child. So you're actually saving yourself a whole lot by not hitting another person's child, because the child could actually develop some kind of, kind of collapse. The child could, fall ill in the process. You don't know the medical condition of that child. Could have a heart problem, kidney problem, whatever, And those particular children that have these health challenges, they're the ones that the enemy used to use to, tempt you as a caregiver or as a teacher. They are the ones that are always looking for trouble and doing the wrong things. You understand? So there are all kinds of punishments you can actually give a child. There's time out. There's, stay in one position or confine them to a restricted, area for a period of time, and, deny them certain privileges, no TV for you, or you can't use the computer, on and on. And yeah. So anyways, first of all, I want to clear another notion, from my first video and from the responses I was getting from some people. They actually kind of have this notion that, I'm totally against spanking children. That is not my opinion. That is totally incorrect. I am totally up for spanking children if the need be if it is necessary. What I am totally against is the abuse or physical abuse of children, because some people cannot, some people do not understand the difference between, trying to correct a child and spanking a child and abusing of that child. And in the process, when you start to hit, some people hit like they are trying to let off some kind of steam, and it's looking like it's not even about what the child has done. So that's what I'm totally against. And I'm totally against you hitting another person's child. If the child isn't yours, it's that simple. Don't hit people's children. Just don't hit people's children. Why is that so hard to really understand? If you are getting really infuriated that this child has done something that no other kind of punishment can help in trying to mold or change the child, or I don't know, punish the child, then please take it up with the parents of that child. It's that simple. Anyway, so but then there are some kind of I don't know what to call it, peculiar kind of situation that would almost want to move you to hit a child that isn't yours, or to spank a child that is not yours. So a friend reached out to me on WhatsApp and he narrated a story to me. He said he noticed his neighbor's son, a 10 years old boy, lured a 5 years or a 6-year-old girl into their compound and was attempting to molest this girl. And the girl began to scream. So he rushed and, was able to, rescue the girl before the boy could complete the act. And at that point, of course, he's trying to reprimand the boy and say, what you're doing is wrong. And the boy's response was, mind your business, or day. He didn't even stop there. He went further to say to these adults, fuck off, mind your business. As an individual, a human rights individual, what would you do to this boy? Now I understand, I totally understand, because I'm also human, that if you witness this kind of a situation, or what if is situation that looks like the boy has already done the deed, has already succeeded in molesting this girl. Now in this kind of situation, if the child is being spanked, the parent of that child don't have any right to say anything. Because it's not just that you're trying to correct that boy, you're also trying to protect that girl or the person, the victim, the person who was about to be molested. Because, I don't know, you owe it to, I don't even know. First of all, I'd love to say this. The portion of the Bible that says that God will not allow you to go through a situation or circumstances that is beyond you. Now, this kind of scenario is totally beyond me. Like, I cannot picture myself, in that kind of a situation. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do to this or to that 10-year-old boy. Those kind of situation. And this actually brings to mind a lot of other things that has happened in the past. Even my cousin once upon a time noticed that a distance or a friend's son was trying to molest another younger, girl. What would you do in that kind of situation? Now, these are the kind of situation that, man, they are really hard. Except for those kind of situations, I will not encourage any adult to hit somebody's child. So it's not bad. It's bad enough that this boy has actually done, this act. He goes further to even insult you in the process, calling you an ode. Even tells you fuck off. He's using the F word. He has learned a new vocabulary. You will remove that vocabulary from his mouth, where you would help him adjust the mouth or something, Now, this is not me. I'm not encouraging you to be violent. This is me just really joking. But really, this is a very, very serious, situation. It's a very, very serious thing. Like, it's almost like you, at this point, I don't know what kind of advice to give to the adults who intercept or who, is in this kind of precarious, situation, witnessing a 10-year-old about to molest a 5-year-old girl. That's terrible. Oh, terrible, girl. So, but then I still conclude and I still maintain, don't hit other people's children. It's that simple. If it's not your child, don't hit. If you think the child is, character is too bad, you can't take it, your school cannot condone it. Say you are like a head of school or something, or a teacher, or a Sunday school, whatever. Please, I beg of you, just advise the parents to withdraw that child if you think that child is influencing other children. I said it in the first episode. I am still repeating it here. Don't hit other people's children. Nobody wants anyone to hit. You don't know what parents are going through. Like, there seems to be a whole lot of infertility issue. It's not like out there and now more pronounced. Now, after going through other stress to conceive and raise a child, somebody's not helping you to be turning your child into a drum, hitting the child. You know, and some people, they're not okay. They hit for the flimsiest and the most silly reasons. You drop pen, they hit you. You do this one, they hit you. They find the child sleeping in class, they hit the child. You know, any reason, their hand moves faster than their mouth. So there are other punishments you can actually give a child. Other punishments, and hitting is not the only way to correct a child. All right. So with these few points of mine, I hope I'll be able to convince and not to confuse you that you should not hate other people's children. Until next time when I come around, I'll be with a cup of coffee and tea. Let's continue with the conversations in the comment section below. Please like, share, and invite all of your friends and your contacts to come on and subscribe to this channel. I'll be with a cup of coffee and tea. Until next time, please try as much as possible to live in peace and harmony with everyone. It's possible. The Bible commands it. Okay? Ciao.